student. Perfect. All right. So you may wonder where Stillwater is. So we are right between OKC and Tulsa. So if you need the city life, I know you guys down there in Houston. So if you need the city life, you can go to OKC, you can go to Tulsa. We're about an hour and a half from Tulsa, and then about an hour from OKC. So if you need that, you can go ahead and do that. But we are a pretty good sized town. We all center around the university. So it's really community, like a lot of community based. So we're kind of in the happy medium for schools. We're not too big, but we're also not too small. So we have around 22,000 undergrad students. 26% are out of state. So for me, my whole territory is literally like Waco and down for Texas. So I help you all out through the admissions process. We have our cell phones that you all can text me on or call me on, as well as your parents. And then we have all 50 states are represented, and we're a land grant, so we have a lot of research opportunities, and that means that we are like one of the highest tier research institutes. And then for academics, we do have over 200 majors. I know it's a lot, but we actually have a My Majors quiz. So say you guys are going through the college process, and you don't know what to do. My Majors quiz OK State, and it'll, by the way you answer the questions, it'll kind of tell us or tell you what we think you could go into. And those pictures, so the one on the left, that's actually our new human sciences building. That's where my major was housed, a hospitality grad. So I got to go and cook for some of my finals, which was really fun. And then on the right is our new McKnight Center for the Performing Arts. So any of you all interested in theater or plays or band or anything like that, that would be where you all would be. Amazing. I got to do my first big tour in there. It was very intimidating, but really cool at the same time. And then one of our main, we used to be called A&M, so A&M Agriculture and like Mechanical and Engineering. So we do have a very good Ferguson College of Agriculture. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And then we also have our College of Architecture and Engineering. That one picture with all those printers, that's in our new Endeavor Lab. So they have really good research opportunities for undergrads at the graduate level, which that building that's the outside of the building right there. And then for Spear School of Business, this is one of our, it's shaped like a horseshoe. So anytime I tell people just go to the horseshoe shaped building, that's where you need to go. But this is our brand new building for it. This houses all of our business majors. My major is housed in there as well. But we have like a ticker for like the stocks and everything like that. And one of our classrooms, but technology was built into this building. So there's a lot of advances that we have with technology in there. So if you guys like that stuff, let me know and we can talk about some certain majors for you all. So how to apply for you, if any of you all are juniors or seniors. So juniors, your application will actually open up July 1st. So you can go to that okstate.edu/apply if you want to go. And we need the official high school transcript from a counselor or just school official. That's what kind of makes it official. And then we are test optional. However, a lot of our scholarships are merit-based. So that's getting for the GPA and for the test scores. So you can take either the ACT or SAT. We don't really care, just what suits you best. And then we do have a $40 non-refundable application fee or fee waiver. However, we do have we have the fee waivers. The best way to know if you qualify for a fee waiver is to talk to your counselor at school. And then you can talk to me and let me know. And then we do have 2 short essays and then a leadership component where you brag about yourself on that resume. And then the essays is just kind of getting to know you a little bit more. You have to do 2 of them. There's four prompts, but you can do 2 that you think will best suit you. And they're 300 words. So I don't really know why we call them essays because they're pretty short. So not that hard. And then we have 2 ways to get admitted. So we have our comprehensive review. OSU. So this is where we're going to look at everything. It's not like we have our assured way, which I'll tell you a little bit about that afterwards, but the comprehensive review. So say someone didn't meet the assured admissions, this is where we would fall under. So we would need the application essays, that leadership component, and then we need the scores if you want to send them, or if you haven't, it's fine. And then that high school GPA and transcript. So this would be the comprehensive review process, because we know that you're just on a number. And then the assured is if you meet any of these criteria, you're automatically admitted into OSU. The one thing that we do have, that top one, I didn't have a high school rank on my transcript. So if you have it, great. If you don't, that's fine. We have other ways that you could meet the assured admission as well. And then we have a lot of scholarship opportunities. So we have the early scholarship deadline that is November 1st. So what we mean by the scholarship deadline, doing those essays and that leadership resume is our scholarship application. So there's no secondary part, it's built in with our regular admissions application. So the early one where about 80, it's kind of 80-20. So 80 is at November 1st and then 20 is the February 1st. So I would get those essays and the leadership involvement resume done before November 1st. And then if you haven't done it, you still have that February 1st deadline to get them done as well. And then assured scholarships, for those that were all of these ones, we will accept the test scores until July 1st of, say, your junior for 2023. And then for those leadership involvement resumes and the essays, the academic competitive scholarships is where those will be put into place. And by academic college, that means, so I was a hospitality major that's housed in our Spear School of Business. So by doing the essays and that leadership and involvement resume, I was then the scholarship pool for the Spear School of Business, because that's where my major was housed. So that's why we say come in with a major, whether it be undeclared business, or if you wanted to go accounting or anything like that. But just make sure you go in with a major or with an academic college. And then, so these are the scholarships that were based on were merit based. So they're based on the GPA and the test score. So these are the test scores right here. The GPA for these ones, as long as you have a 3.0 and weighted GPA, you'd qualify. So say you have the test scores, or say you are really close and then you retest and you're good, go ahead and send that to us. We'll accept all kinds of new test scores as long, until that July 1st deadline. You just keep on sending them to us. A lower one will not hinder you. We're always going to take that higher score. And then this is our GPA only. So because of COVID and people weren't able to get tested or going into getting ACT or SAT, we introduced GPA only scholarships. So this is where it's just the lowest is a 3.25. So between that range of 3.25 to a 3.49, you get 6,000 per year. And that's per year for 4 years. Same with these, that would be 10,000 per year for 4 years. I said we are test optional. However, that's why I say we do have good scholarships that require a test score. So either way, if you can get a test, great, do it. If you can't, okay, that's fine. But this one is good that we introduced it as well for COVID, and we're keeping it. So thank goodness for that. And then funding opportunities. So we have a lot more of outside scholarships. So definitely the Houston alumni chapter. You don't have to be an alumni of OSU. They just have alumni, the actual OSU alumni chapter has a lot of scholarships that they award down there. And then we have McKnight Scholars too. And then we have the free application for federal student aid, or as we like to call it, FAFSA. We don't require it at OSU, but encouraged just because of things like COVID. So there was change in incomes for people as well. And then we have fastweb.com, which does have a lot of outside scholarships for us. Look locally and in your community. There's a lot of clubs that people can get involved in down there as well. And then even working while in school too would help a lot. If you guys have any more questions just with funding opportunities, if you're going through the process, again, I'm going to be here for you through it all. So you can text me if you need to. And then this is just a timeline of all the important dates. So say you're a junior coming or you're a rising senior, so junior going into senior year, your application opens up here July 1st. October 1st is when the FAFSA opens up. Again, not required, but we do encourage it. And then you have that first scholarship deadline, November 1st. We have an enrollment deposit, which that one's for admitted students. And that one is kind of getting more towards like the getting housing, getting orientation, all of that stuff. So that's a little bit more down the road. And then February 1st is when that second scholarship opens up, or the second scholarship deadline, as well as the orientation, which is where you would enroll in classes. And then the housing application opens up at that time too, is where you get to go and select your dorm and everything. And then May 1st is the deadline to accept the academic college scholarships, not the assured ones, but the academic college ones. And then July 1st is that last day for new test scores. And you'll get all kinds of emails. Say you apply, you'll get all kinds of emails of this. And then I will be there to remind you as well. And then we just have a lot of student organizations. We have intramurals. I actually am in a staff league for our softball team. So we play tomorrow night. And then there's a lot of good study abroad opportunities within every single major. And you don't have to be a certain major to go to a certain, say one major has a study abroad opportunity and you want to go to it, but you're not that major. Go ahead, you can still do that. A lot of networking opportunities and career services. So we have a huge career fair that's actually put on in our basketball arena. So think like where like the Houston Rockets play, something like maybe on a smaller scale because we're not as cool as the Houston Rockets if you guys like them. But think that's where we have a huge career fair, and we have a lot of people come in and just help out as well. And just there's resume building and all kinds of stuff. So we're there to help you get geared up for the adult life and getting jobs and everything outside of college. And then just something about, so this is what we have. So we are known as having the largest homecoming celebration in the nation. So these things are called house decks. And you know the tissue paper that you put in like a bag for a gift? That's what those are made out of. They're in all kinds of different colors, and we cut them into squares about this small. And that's all on chicken wire that are like the little squares. So if you like graphic design or like just anything like that, Photoshop, that's what a lot of what we do. We put it through those applications and we make it through this. So if that's something that you're interested in, that would be really cool to get involved in for you all. And they move too, so that's cool. But this is like this is our University Street. So obviously like University Street is like kind of the main drag in every campus. So this is how big it was. Like it's crowded everywhere. I mean, our population doubles or triples overnight. It's crazy. And then we go to the homecoming game. And then if you guys haven't been on campus, I would really encourage you to. We do have our, we are completely open. We have virtual tours if you can't get up here, so you can't make the drive or fly or anything like that. We do have virtual tours. You can also Zoom with me and we can talk about stuff as well. And then we have our daily campus tours. And then when it comes towards the fall, we have Orange Friday tours that are the Friday before our big games. So that's always something that's very hyped up during that time because we're ready to play some football. And then, so I just had some opportunities for first gen students. We have a lot of resources. I actually have a Google Doc, Alberto, that I'll probably share with you after this. But so we have RISE, which is Retention Initiative for Student Excellence Program. So this one is essentially kind of like a trio program just at the college level. So we're helping you transition from high school to OSU. And then there's always like monthly workshops and check-ins, offer quiet study spaces around campus or within the RISE area. But it just focuses on addressing academic issues. We always want with RISE, they're striving to have students finish their first semester with the 3.2 GPA. So they're really going to push you academically, but it's something to get involved in, and also just introduce people to other first gen students as well, whether they or be sophomores, and so you can have that person to look up to. So a lot of good things with that. And then we also have SSS, which is Student Support Services. So again, just like another TRIO program at that college level, we have a lot of free on-campus services, from academic advising to personal mentoring. And then there's a lot of career exploration. So again, if you're still kind of wondering what you want to do, say you're in a major and then you're thinking about changing, that would be a really good opportunity to kind of see, okay, what do I really want to do in life? What job do I want? And they have monthly workshops as well. Just a lot of this is just helping out, and this is federally funded, so it's going to be there, everything. So yeah. And then we have OKLSAMP, which is the Oklahoma Lewis Strokes Alliance for Minority Participation Program. So the Oklahoma colleges all here, they're all working together to develop programs, and they're just aiming to increase that number of students from those underrepresented communities or populations. But this is like STEM. So think the science, the tech, the engineering and math. So if you're interested in STEM or research or anything like that Endeavor Lab that I showed you with like the printers and everything, that is one place where a lot of our engineers go. And again, you're getting that. Normally you'd get research when you're in like graduate school, right? So that's after like your first 4 years of college, you go then maybe another 4 years or 2 years. So with that new Endeavor Lab, if you're an engineer, you're getting that graduate level research at that undergraduate level. So you'd be coming in getting all that stuff. And they have like really cool 3D printers. My sister is an engineer currently in like PhD, and I told her all about it. And she was like, man, Adele, I want to go down there and work. I'm like, yeah, you should come on down. So a lot of good STEM opportunities within this. And then we have First to Go. So a really good, like an interesting thing we have on our campus. So we have LLPs or living learning programs, but you'll hear me call it LLP if you're talking to me about it. But this is where you're going to live in a community-based, like you could be living in the Villages C or anything like that, but a dorm where you're living with other students. So this First to Go is a first gen living learning program. So you're living with other students who are also first generation students going to college. Again, it's going to help you transition from the university life, from the high school to university life. And then there's a lot of activities that you'll be able to do with your, say your roommate or people down the hall or anything like that. But we even have one for outdoor adventures, that if you like hiking in the outdoors and everything, we have one for that. But we have a lot of living learning programs, either based on this or based on your majors as well. So we have like Spirit School of Business has their own outdoor adventures, also just based on your hobbies and anything you like to do. But it's a lot of good opportunities just within a living learning program period to get involved in. And then we have the ILP, which is the Inclusion Leadership Program. And this is for sophomores though, and it's year long, and it's to equip those students with the skills and knowledge to become effective leaders. So this is very leadership based program, and just to get that more diverse and inclusive society within our world and within our college as well. So if you know that you're a leader, or if you think that you can be a really good leader, this is something to get involved in as well. It'll just help you hone those leadership skills that you already have, and just help you maybe be a president of one of the clubs that we have or anything like that, but just something to look forward to. Like you may be getting involved freshman year, but something to look forward to in your sophomore year as well. And then this is, you don't need to look at the picture, but this is my phone number and my email for you all. So again, if you are seniors or juniors, and I mean, obviously even sophomores and freshmen, but that is my contact information. So if you do have any questions, we're here to help you. We're here all the way up until you come here on campus and enroll. Because once you enroll, you're switching to another part, because I don't know the enrollment, but yeah, so we're here to help you through the whole admissions process. But does everyone have that? Let me keep it on the screen a little bit longer.
I think everyone has it. Jot it down. Give them 10 more seconds to jot it down.
Yeah, because then also I can stop sharing my screen, or I can, because then we can have some questions if anyone has anything.
All right, yeah, we're good. You can, they should have it down.